And shot and killed by law enforcement on the Piscataqua River Bridge between New Hampshire and Maine, toppling then into the water below. Inside his car on that bridge, an 8-year-old child found dead of a gunshot wound. The violence didn't start there. It's believed to have started nearly 100 miles away across the state in Troy.
That is where the man said he had fought with his wife and said she was dead. When officers arrived, they found her body. Law enforcement in New Hampshire and Maine have spent much of the day investigating what happened. Thank you for being here with us. I'm Erica Taranto.
And I'm Ben Cimino. We have team coverage for you tonight in the small town of Troy as neighbors come to terms with what happened there. But we begin with our Emily Maha in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, where it all came to an end on I-95 today. Emily.
Well, Ben, Erica, that standoff happening right in the middle of the busy bridge here behind me. Now investigators in 2 states are trying to piece together the moments that left a family of 3 dead. Sky 5 overhead as investigators collect evidence on the busy I-95 bridge between New Hampshire and Maine. Just hours earlier, a man calling police at least twice with a grim message. His wife was dead. Within 30 minutes, troopers spotting the man's car parked right in the middle of the Piscataqua River Bridge.
Law enforcement agencies from New Hampshire and Maine responded and tried to negotiate with the male.
As the scene on the bridge unfolded, officers in New Hampshire discovered the body of the man's wife inside their home. As talks on the bridge failed, investigators say the man got out of his car.
The male then exited his vehicle, and at that time he raised the firearm.
State police say 3 troopers, 1 from Maine and 2 from New Hampshire, started shooting. The man falling into the water below where his body was recovered. When troopers checked the man's car,
law enforcement officers on scene located an 8-year-old child fatally shot in the back seat of the vehicle. Investigators say the boy, the man's son, was not shot by officers. Based on information we saw, it was very clear that the officers that were involved in the shooting did not fire on that child.
Now, at this point, the name of the man who died, as well as the names of his wife and son, have not yet been released. Coming up at 6, whether investigators have any idea why the man may have chosen this bridge in the first place. Live in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, Emily Maha, WCVB News Center 5.
Emily, thank you. Meantime, the town of Troy trying to understand what happened in that small community.
Our Sarah Kanji spoke with neighbors and joins us live in Troy. Sarah.
Erica and Ben, many people in this community waking up this morning to news alerts. Some on Monadnock Street could see and hear the urgent police response. Now, lots of questions about what led to the deaths of this mother and her child.
Shocked. Completely shocked.
A small town in New Hampshire grappling with a rare act of violence. Investigators at a home on Monadnock Street led here after a man called 911 in Maine.
The York Police Department received a 911 call from a male stating that he'd been involved in a fight with his wife. During that call, he told authorities that his wife was dead.
The couple's 8-year-old child found later, shot and killed in the father's vehicle on the bridge connecting Kittery, Maine and Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
How long was he alive? Was it, we won't know that until more details come out, but yeah, it's a very sad situation.
A neighbor in Troy says the family moved here about a month ago in the newly built home. What appear to be moving boxes can be seen in the garage. A child's bike just off the porch.
Sucks that they took a little boy because I have grandkids that age. So to me, that's hitting home.
That's all I could think of was, did he start school 2 days ago here in Troy?
Now, since that interview, we have learned that the child was not a student of the Monadnock Regional School District, though the superintendent does share condolences with those who were impacted by the tragedy.